Hello everyone, I'm Sarah. I'm a PhD student at the University of Sheffield in SITraN, and I'm using human tissue to study the interaction between two different proteins in motor neuron disease. Proteins are the building blocks within all cells, but they need to be located correctly in order to do their very specific jobs correctly. Today I'm going to introduce two proteins to you that are misplaced in motor neuron disease. The first is called TDP43. You don't need to worry about the name, you just need to know that it's attracted a lot of research attention since it was first discovered in 2006. So on the left image you can see a healthy cell, and TDP43 is shown in brown, and you can see it's right in the centre of the cell in what we call the nucleus. And then in an unhealthy cell, in disease, the protein has left the nucleus and it's clumping together in the rest of the cell body. So this is a feature that's seen in 97% of all MND cases, but it's also seen in frontotemporal dementia, or FTD, and Alzheimer's disease, and in other neurodegenerative diseases, so it isn't specific to motor neuron disease. But it isn't the only protein that is misplaced or clumping in MND. The second protein that I wanted to introduce to you is called Cystatin C. Again, you don't need to worry about the name of it. You just need to know that it's attracted very little research focus, especially in comparison to the first protein, TDP43. But what is actually going wrong with Cystatin C in motor neuron disease? On the left, you can see a healthy cell. Cystatin C, again, is shown in brown, and you can see that it's freely distributed throughout the whole cell body. And then in an unhealthy cell on the right, you can see that the levels of Cystatin C are dramatically reduced, and the protein that is there is clumping together in those brown circles that you can see. So in motor neuron disease, these nerve cells have reduced and clumpy Cystatin C. This is a problem that is very specific to MND, so it's not seen in other neurodegenerative diseases, such as the issues that we see with TDP43 are. It's also specific to the spinal cord. It's thought that at least 80% of patients have this feature of motor neuron disease, but as I said, there's been so little research into this protein that that is likely to be an underestimate. But why do I care about both of these proteins? Well, they are both misplaced, and they are both forming clumps. But I have shown that TDP43 clumps are occurring in neurons that have reduced and clumpy Cystatin C. So they're occurring within the same cell together. The images on the screen show the same cell twice. On the left you can see I've detected TDP43, and the red arrow shows that it's lost from its usual location in the nucleus. And on the right, detecting Cystatin C, you can see that the red arrow is indicating the tiny little clumps of bright brown Cystatin C. So these are occurring within the same cell. But why do I care about Cystatin C specifically? Cystatin C is usually functioning to keep our cells happy and healthy, so it's part of the recycling mechanism of the cell. It clears up old debris within the cell that's not used anymore, such as the clumps that we might see with TDP43. So in motor neuron disease, if you have reduced and clumpy Cystatin C, this could be a reason why you get clumpy TDP43 accumulating in the cell body, and this could be a reason why we see those two different features of motor neuron disease happening in the same cell, and together that could be leading to motor neuron degeneration. I hope I've convinced you that Cystatin C is worth further investigation and research, and thank you for listening to my talk.